IMRAN JINO is fast becoming the emerging political underdog and the flag bearer for the People's Redemption Party (PRP), passionately vying for the Katsina state gubernatorial election. More often than not, we are inquisitive to know his story. Who is IMRAN JINO?
Where I began to know about social interactions, social skills, to be able to understand people, the differences in religions, how I should respect other people and their religion, how I should behave with other people, the elders, and even my peers. Here I am as a candidate of the PRP in Katsina State for the 2023 general elections. I am married, I have six children. It was through a free and fair primaries that was not influenced by money. I didn't spend any money to become the flag bearer. After all, I won a landslide victory. I lost only 3 votes out of 153 delegates. So 1 was void and 2 for my opponent. He had all the chances, money, age, and all the things ahead of me, but as God had it, because Allah gives power to whoever He wishes. It wasn't my doing. I didn't know what I told the delegates that they bought into my idea. It was the work of Allah. The way I'm asking, I'm begging Him to touch the hearts of the people of Katsina State for them to get one of the most formidable and effective leadership at a time that Katsina dearly need a leader, need someone with competence and capacity. Not only competence and capacity, but with the intention of touching the lives of the people of Katsina State, and with the intention of making right all the wrongs that happened for the last 25 years in Katsina State, that has taken us to this abysmal condition that we find ourselves. I'm focused on what I'm doing, and I'm focused on success, and I will accomplish this mission, inshallah. None of them has the capacity I have. If there is any, let him come out. None of them has the better experience I have, because all the experiences they had were experiences of destroying people, or of betraying people, or of enriching themselves. But if you want pure and genuine experience in salvaging people, you come to me is the final stop. So I don't have problem about that. And when you come to morality, a lot of the leading player is having a finger is pointed at him that he's a drug addict. I went and I did the drug test, the integrity test. I have called all of them to go and submit themselves. I challenged them to go, because the civil society organizations and citizens of Katsina State were complaining that there are people who are drug addicts among the candidates. I volunteered, I went and did this integrity test. But up till now, the leading candidates, none of them submitted himself for this test. This is enough lesson for people of Katsina State, that even if it is your child that is a drug addict, you can never, at no time, you can never hand over to him the mantle of leadership of your family. Talk less of a state, an alien state. Even if it is an allegation, you wouldn't want to do that. So this is it. So I'm not scared of any one of them. If I X-ray all of them for you, you can never, a discerning mind, somebody with his senses and with level of education, no matter how little it is, will never want to employ any one of them to be his leader. So,
a charismatic and articulate leader, IMRAN is known for his unwavering dedication to the common good and has earned the trust and support of countless people across the country. His tireless work ethic and exceptional intellect have earned him a reputation as a trailblazer in the political world, and he is widely respected for his courageous and principled approach to governance.
This blueprint has some things like nine agendas that we want to achieve, and it has some 48 policies that we propose. It has some amendments of about 30 policies. It has some projects that we want to do, and a lot of things that are quite interesting and that give hope to the hopeless of Katsina State. A lot of our people are living, hopelessly, and we came out to give hope to our people. The main thrust of this blueprint is about fairness and equity, in justice and in running. And we hope to give inclusion in the affairs of government, and in running Katsina State. We want to give people fair opportunity to grow and achieve their life goals. We talk on security, how to have a secured Katsina. This security is multifaceted. Security thinks of economy, things of human capital development, education. Health is very important, and agriculture, because food security is very vital. And then the fiscal security, and then the issue of how we respond to matters of insecurity. How do we tackle the incessant attacks? How do we even, after controlling the attacks, how do we even get the people back into their communities? Because one of the most problems confronting Katsina is about the internally displaced persons. This is very serious, and the rate is alarming. So we will see how we locate them back to their communities, and how we reintegrate them, how we get them to get their economic activities back, and that's all. A new life now begins. We talk of after a secured Katsina, we talk of prosperity. People in poverty will always be criminals, will always be people who will not have the mental state, even in worship, mental state in even understanding where the government is heading for. So in essence, we want to have an inclusive, secured, and prosperous Katsina. Is having capacity to lead. That is the most important thing. Then if you have this capacity, you have the knowledge also to lead, competence, then implementing blueprint is very easy, it's very simple. So this is what we want, what we expect for our leaders to have. We have the capacity, we have the competence to implement our blueprint that was made by us, not by others. So this is very simple, and there are stages and steps in successful implementation. You must have a system of monitoring and evaluation. Implementation, monitoring, and evaluation. So this is what we are going to have. We're going to have a very solid system of implementation, monitoring, and evaluation. Not only the government, but communities, civil society organizations. Will have hands in implementation and in monitoring and evaluating projects and activities or policies of the government. This is the modern way. You cannot just sit down as a governor to say you are taking over to do everything. No, you must involve the people you are working for, and you must involve those people that have taken upon themselves the development of people without expecting anything. They are the CBOs. And even religious organizations will help tremendously in shaping the people, in sensitizing, reorganizing the people and mobilizing them towards a goal of the government.
IMRAN JINO is a dynamic visionary that hails from the vibrant and culturally diverse village of Yertsamia, Kankara local government of Katsina state. To the family of Alhaji Jafaru Bello, right from a young age, IMRAN has always been drawn towards the betterment of his community and country with a strong sense of justice and a deep-seated commitment to public service. IMRAN has dedicated his life to advocating for the rights and needs of marginalized and underserved groups.
I'm Dr. Kabir Hassan Adob, an interim mate of His Excellency IMRAN JINO, the candidate for PRP. I think in terms of preparation, in our checklist we have gone almost 99%. The only difference is our approach is quite different from theirs because we have to follow the rules and go within the guidelines. IMRAN JINO might be a new name in the political space here in Katsina, but for those who are into struggle for good governance across the nation must have known IMRAN for a long time. IMRAN JINO is someone that is interested in seeing the right thing being done. He's zealous, he's resilient, he's hardworking. He's someone that don't care about crowd. We're not interested in getting there through the normal way. We're here to change the approach and change the narrative for the state. The best position we're holding is that we've been in for good governance for a very long time. And I think it's better than any other position because those calling themselves or calling experience as the key or strength here, haven't used the experience for any betterment of the state. My call is in the last elections or the presidential election, there was apathy in some of the polling units. There was serious financial inducement. There was thuggery and the rest. The people have to stand their feet and know that eating or collecting whatever inducement for a day and endangering and encircling their families and their lives and that of their children for the next 8 years is not worth it.
IMRAN attended the Yertsamia Primary School from 1987 to 1993. Thereafter proceeded to Federal Government College Daura for his secondary school education from 1993 to 1999. After obtaining his secondary school certificate, he aced his WAEC examination and gained admission into the prestigious Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, from 2000 to 2004. After his graduation, IMRAN was mobilized for the National Youth Service Corps to Oyo State for the one-year mandatory national service. After successful completion in early 2006, he was offered employment with MTN, where he worked between June 2006 to January 2010. He soon became a senior customer relations partner to the firm. He amicably parted to begin a private practice. He is 42 years old, married to Hamida Ahmad Atiku and Jamila Shaibu, RIP, with 5 children, self-employed and an aspiring politician. A graduate of the prestigious Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, both in first and second degrees, BSc Business Administration and Master in International Affairs and Diplomacy, MIAD. He also has a master's degree in Strategy and Security Administration from the Nigerian Defense Academy, NDA. He's an associate of the National Institute of Marketing of Nigeria and a professional member of the American Marketing Association. IMRAN is currently the COO of Easy GIS Limited and was a founding member of the Buhari Support Organization, BSO, and a focal consultant in crowdfunding. Jibwis Manara Development Foundation, Majma'ul Ahbab Sheikh Ibrahim Inyas Crowdfunding Foundation, and the We Together NG movement. Imran has a wealth of experience working with multinational corporations such as the MTN, where he worked at various units, and as a team lead focal NGO in community mobilization and sensitization for the Mabera Watershed Project for World Bank Newmap project in Sokoto. He was the team lead in the design and implementation of the Katsina State Motor Vehicle Administration Software and Revenue Regeneration, a technical assistant to former SSG Zamfara State from 2014 to 2015, and technical assistant to the distinguished Senator Zamfara North from 2015 to 2019. Imran is a multi-skilled professional in vital industries of our society, as a process improvement, system integration, and upgrade expert, modern community management, sensitizing, organizing, and mobilizing expert, a strategist and security administration expert, quality assurance and management expert, a revenue turnaround and financial inclusion expert, operations management, project implementation, evaluation and monitoring expert, diplomatic and relationship management expert, as well as a critical thinking expert and an image maker. A board member of Easy GIS Limited and GI Solutions that was responsible for the printing of the 2011 general elections presidential rerun and Northwest States and National Assembly ballot papers. In an era of increasing polarization, Imran stands out as a beacon of hope and a champion of inclusivity and prosperity. With his unrelenting drive and passion for creating a better future for all Nigerians, Imran JINO is poised to make a lasting impact on the nation's political landscape and is a truly inspiring figure for all those who seek to make a positive difference in the world.
My message to the people of Katsina State, the elders, traditional rulers, our parents, the ulamas, the pastors, the young people, is that we are at a stage that we are losing our state. We need to do something. We need to eschew. We need to forego all our differences, and we need to forego our interests, personal interests, to do the right thing. This is the time, and time is ticking, that we are on a time bomb. If we mistakenly hand over the mantle of leadership to drug addicts, to fraudsters, and to people who have dementia, or people who have dementia and who have lost even control of their families, we cannot have a state again. We are going to be wallowing and looking for a place to call our home. And God forbid this. I am sure the good people of Katsina State and the people with conscience will act right, particularly the young people who are the majority voters of Katsina State. So we should be forewarned. We should try and do what is best and what is going to profit us today, here in this world, and in the hereafter. I thank you so much for your listening, and I look forward to having your votes on the 18th of this month to be the governor of Katsina State, and to give the opportunity to the greatest party in Nigeria, the PRP, the party of the masses, and a party that has the best of policies, the best of principles, and the best of guides for the betterment of humanity, and for the betterment of Nigeria, and for the betterment of Katsina State. I thank you so much.
Katsina People's Redemption Party's governorship candidate, IMRAN JINO, has arrived at the venue for his campaign flagged off. He was received by crowd from the young, women and party chieftains. With few weeks to the general election, JINO is optimistic that he will be the next Katsina State governor.
I want to say, I want to yarn, I want to magana.
The event started with JINO singers as they entertained the crowd. To many, they see him as the savior. In the last 2 months, political activities in Katsina State have slowly built up to a climax as parties work round the clock to ensure full participation of their supporters in the general elections. The People's Redemption Party, like the other popular parties in Katsina, is not impressed with efforts by the ruling party to address insecurity and other developmental challenges, despite its promises to the people. JINO spoke extensively on some of his key policies his administration will focus if elected.
Shugabanci ya dauke ta ya kai ta ga halaka. An ci zarafin iyayenmu mata, dattawa an ci zarafinsu, ƙananan yara an ci haƙƙinsu, an kashe iyayensu sun zama marayu. Yaro 856 a jihar Katsina ba a zuwa makaranta. Cikin mutum miliyan 10 da ake kintace. Wannan gobe ba za ta yi kyau ba in muka bar wannan muka ci gaba da irin wannan rayuwa. Iyayena mata kuke zaɓe. Mun tabbatar da alƙawarinku da amanarku. Mun tabbatar da mutuncinku da tausayinku. Ku tausaya mu wannan al'umma. Wannan al'umma tana cin bugu. Ku tausaya mata a yi zaɓe na tsoron Allah, a kawo sauƙi, a kawo shugabanci a jihar Katsina. Idan aka samu shugabanci, cin zarafi da ake da mutane zai samu sauƙi. Mutane imaninsu zai dawo su natsu su bauta ma Allah da natsuwa. Idan muka samu wannan shine za mu samu tsira a duniyan nan, mu samu tsira a lahira. Abin da ka zama a duniya idan baka samu lahira baya da amfani. Saboda haka mu daure mu yi abin da ya kamata. Akwai mutane da jam'iyyoyi waɗanda za ku iya zaɓa su yi maku abubuwa na alkhairi, su taimaka maku zuwa wurin Allah ku je da sauƙi. Wannan shine babban saƙon jam'iyyar PRP. Idan kuka zaɓi jam'iyyar PRP 2023 za mu tabbatar da mun tsare rayuka da mutunci da imaninku. Idan kuka zaɓe mu za mu tabbatar da cewa mace darajarta ta dawo. Za mu tsare mutuncin mata kamar yadda Allah ya gaya mana. Bayan wannan za mu tabbatar da masana'antunmu domin 'yan uwana matasa sun tashi suna aiki. Muna so mu tabbatar da cewa bi iznillahi ta'ala rashin aikin yi 'yan uwana matasa miliyan 4.800 ya zama abin labari cikin shekaru 8 da za mu yi mulki in kuka ba mu dama Allah ya yarda. Wannan shine burinmu, wannan shine manufar jam'iyyar PRP.
The key message of my campaign inauguration is signaling the end of tyranny, maladministration, and lack of direction for Katsina State. We hope to have to build a foundation, a new foundation of Katsina State, a Katsina State that is going to be inclusive, a secured and prosperous state, a state that cares for its subjects, a state that is fair to all, both new guests and the old citizens of Katsina State. We will ensure fairness. We will ensure enforcement of laws and order. We will ensure everything goes well in Katsina State. We will ensure that Katsina State is now competing with modern states. Is competing not only in the north, not only in Nigeria, but beyond the shores of Nigeria. We want to see our young people compete favorably in the Committee of Nations, in the global world. We want to see technology. We want to see industrialization massively in Katsina State. We want to see how we can engage, how we can involve our businessmen, the rich men in Katsina State to invest their wealth in Katsina. We want to see how we can attract foreign direct investments in Katsina, which is very, very poor. If you take the statistics of 2022, the states of state by the budget IT, if you see what is happening, Katsina State is 9th in the ease of doing business, but Katsina State was only able to attract $0.53 million. Compared to Kaduna that is about 12th or 14th, that is about the 14th, 12th or any. You see Kaduna State is attracting about $60 million for 2022. So this is the gap we want to bridge. This is the gap we are trying to see how we recreate a Katsina State that is viable, that can depend on its internally generated revenue. We have the expertise, the time that we could leverage technology to see how we can block leakages, how we can reinvent modern ways of financing, project financing, how we leverage on tax credit, how we leverage on bankable projects, how we leverage on so many initiatives.
90% of your supporters are youth and women. What message did you give that the youth and women are massively supporting you?
Yes, you see, the youth are always the people to go. We were not sensitized initially. That was why, you know, the old politicians were using us. But now the massive sensitization we embarked upon as a party, the PRP in Katsina State, is what created the awareness and what motivated the people. Thanks to the BBC debate, it has really made impact. It really made the space for us, gave us the space to showcase our talent, our capacity, and the wherewithal that we know what we have to do and we know where we are going to be heading for. And this is the reason. And this is the reason. This is the reason, you know, we say let's contest, let's do our work, and let's do the best we can to mobilize these young people to be online or to be in the queue, so that we can see how we can salvage our state. We hope to see how we can. We hope to see us moving for community engagement. This is what we call it, not rallies, not the normal antique of the old or the obsolete methods. We are trying to see how we can engage people in their communities. We tell them what we can. If possibly, we sign social contracts with the communities. These are things we want to do. We always want to reinvent the polity and the political processes, and this is how, you know, we make the old system or the existing system obsolete, and we bring about the new system that is inclusive and that is answerable to the people or to the voters. We have to whatever we can to see that people are involved in the governance of their communities or of their state. You cannot exclude them and you think things will go well.
I want to eat. I want to JINO.
composition of JINO supporters cut across different youth groups and women organizations. Party officials are confident that their party will outperform the other political parties in the state.
Ita jam'iyyar PRP tana yin abubuwa ne saboda gyara rayuwarsu da gyara rayuwar al'umma gabaki daya. Da haka wannan abu da muke ba muna yi bane dan kanmu, muna yi da al'ummar jihar Katsina gabaki daya. Kuma insha Allah inda suka ci gaba da wannan goyon bayan za mu kawo gwamnati kuma za su gani a ƙasa insha Allah. A nan takarar mu ya karbe sosai, gaskiya sosai saboda inda muka je mutane na maraba kuma muna samun sako da tarba mai kyau da kuma albishir mai kyau, sannan kuma sai tabbatar mana za su ba mu ƙuri'a a zaɓen 2023 insha Allah.
Daga yau me kuma za ku ci gaba da yi bayan taron yau?
Bayan mun tashi taro insha Allah zuwa ranar Laraba za mu fara shiga ƙananan hukumomi domin ƙaddar da mutane manufofin ɗan takarar nan. Insha Allah za mu zagaye jihar Katsina gabaki ɗaya daga nan kamin zaɓe insha Allah.
To alhamdulillah abinda ya sa mata suka da wannan tahiyar da muhimmanci abu biyu ne zuwa uku. Wannan kuwa abu biyu zuwa uku an gani da APC da PDP da abu ɗaya ne. Mun raka su shekara da shekaru mun ga abin da suka yi. Matan jihar Katsina suna cikin wani hali na ƙanikayi. Da kwai mata da ta shekara 4 bata kwana ɗaki ɗaya da mai gidanta ba. Ana guje-guje a kama ma 'ya'ya, a kama ma mun nemi shugabanninmu na da su yi mana adalci, su taimaka mana, su kawo mana tsaro, sun gaza. To saboda wannan gaza da suka shi yasa kuma matan jihar Katsina mu muka fi shiga cikin wahala. Jama'iyyar PRP ta hito jama'iyya mai adalci, mai tausayin jama'a, wanda mu shugabanninta sai da muka zaɓo 'yan takarkaru waɗanda muka san masu adalci ne.
Akwai bashi dutse sani liti hamisu, akwai bakon danja wanzar aminu bakuri, muna gaita suna sama.
Various party stakeholders and the elder statesmen were present at the campaign rally.